you got a chance to get the ball back.
You know,
Which is
yeah, I get it. Coaches need a clock guy, it feels like. But what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review with Peter and Terrell. I'm your host, Peter, and with me, as always, is my man, Terrell. So that was a crazy Monday night game. We were just talking about it. Timeouts. I mean, Seattle, San Francisco. There's a lot to go over, right?
yeah, there's a bunch. We got some good football on Monday night. There's a lot to go over. This is gonna be fun down the stretch. I'm excited to be in the house for when they play the second time late in the season, December. I'm sure it'll be
Last
cold
game,
and rainy.
right? I think it's
Last
week
game or the
17.
second last?
I
Is
think
it
it's
week
week 17.
17?
I think they showed that today. I think it's week 17.
Okay. It's usually them and the Cardinals late in the season,
It's always a
but that was
division
all
game. Yeah.
for sure.
But
I like what I saw from both sides. Yeah, you're right.
it
It's
was
the last game
really
of the season.
it felt like it was really poorly coached, that game. It felt like we should have had a
I
tie.
felt,
It felt like it should have been a tie, right?
and luckily enough, Russell somehow pulls the rabbit out of his hat. But yeah, it was poorly coached. A lot of defensive plays, a lot of fumbles, a lot of interceptions, a lot of tip balls, a lot of everything. Okay, I had a quick question: is Jimmy Garoppolo throwing the ball too hard? Like, not only can his receivers not catch the ball, but like the
The
defenders
defense can't
can't
catch the ball.
yeah, like no one can catch his passes. I'm like, Jesus.
So his receivers are trash. They have no hands. You noticed Emmanuel Sanders goes out, no George Kittle tonight. Nobody else could catch a freaking ball. But
Oh, Debo Samuel
Samuel,
played pretty good.
that was okay.
He's a
Who was the other guy Who was the guy? He kept dropping the freaking ball.
born. He almost
Bourne.
gave
Oh,
up 200,
yeah.
two interceptions that way. He gave
But,
up one. He almost gave up another.
but Jimmy looked like he was rattled at the end of the game when they were down
He
3 and he had to
was.
lead. He does not look like he's a big time
He had
guy.
hot feet.
I kind of
He had hot
liked
feet.
it. I mean, if you're gonna
Yeah.
have to play the Niners in the playoffs, I don't hate that matchup because he didn't look like a guy who's gonna lead you down the field to go win a game, unlike
But he
Mr. Russell Wilson. And
kind of
that,
did though.
I mean,
He kind of did though.
kind of Russell Wilson, but Russell Wilson's a magic man. He put on a clinic. The man threw a pick that looked like it was going to end the game in overtime as they're about to score a touchdown to end the game for them. He throws a pick and then somehow wills his way for the rookie kicker to miss a field goal. And then then they don't convert. They punt, which was okay. They had 4th and 2 at about midfield. I'm going for that right there. Why did Pete punt that ball?
I mean, it worked out for him. But yeah, I'm going for it for sure. Like, this is a do or die situation. Like,
Yeah, you're
you
conceding
know,
the tie essentially if you punt
yeah,
that ball, I thought.
exactly. You're like, I'll just go away with a tie. Like, you got Russell Wilson. Like, don't be scared. Like, he can get you 4th and 2. And I don't love these play callings. They're trying to throw like DK Metcalf is like, he's good, but he's not that receiver yet. Like, he's trying to body catch sideline passes. Just go up and go get the ball, big fella. Like, I just, they weren't without Tyler Lockett. I can understand that, but I have 4th and 2. Go for it.
Josh Gordon was the guy though. He was the go-to guy on 3rd down late in the game.
Yeah,
Big body. That's a huge pickup. It looks like
it is. They were trying to go get AB too. Russell really wanted AB. Now that would have been a nice addition.
Yeah, but everybody knows AB's not coming back ever.
I know.
AB.
Yeah, they said the Seahawks did their due diligence about like figuring out it. Like,
shows you all you need to know if Josh Gordon's the safe option.
Yeah, 100%.
In a weed legal state.
Yeah, he's all for it. He's like, Seattle, sign me up.
Yeah,
no problem.
Exactly.
I'll take a pay cut too.
No problem there. But yeah, it was just weird. Russell Wilson got, magic man, got the field goal, got the win. I hate it. He's the MVP, right? That kind of cemented it for me.
I got a 3-way tie. Just okay. I think we get carried away. Like, just because you do these spectacular things.
But that's the point of the MVP. It's not like a stats thing. Like, what are the Seattle Seahawks without Russell Wilson?
What are the Ravens without Lamar Jackson? What are the Texans?
I mean, if the Ravens played RG3, I feel like they have a 500 record.
Yeah, but okay, but 500 teams.
They're a power run team that can run the ball and play defense. The Seattle Seahawks are.
I don't know about RG3.
The Seattle
RG3
Seahawks
came in the game.
Okay.
He came into the game and threw an interception versus Bengals. Like, come on. Like, I understand what you're saying here. Like, they're still a good team, but so are the Seahawks. The
Seahawks are a 2-win football team without Russell Wilson. They are horrible. Their offensive line is bad. They're not going to be able to protect Geno Atkins. until they picked up Josh Gordon to throw into, Lockett, that's it. So you take away Lockett. They can't run the ball consistently. Their running backs fumble all the time. The defense
The
has
running
played
backs do
bad.
fumble, but they do run
But
the
defense
ball
is
pretty
bad
well.
too. The defense has not been good this year for Seattle.
Their back end's bad. Their front seven's pretty good.
Yeah, Clowney
we
had
could
a night tonight. Clowney did have a night.
We could say the same about the Texans, though. We could say the same about Texans.
I wouldn't. So that's where I wouldn't argue too much with that because Deshaun Watson is also doing the same kind of thing in Houston.
As long as we agree on that point, that's fine. But I do think Lamar's got to be in the race. Because
I think Lamar's overhyped a little bit. He's great.
You really?
He's played the worst. Cincinnati's the worst defense in football. He's played them twice. Arizona's the second worst defense in football. He played them. Seattle's got a terrible defense. He played them. The Texans are the 15th ranked defense. So that's it. The only good defense he played was New England, and he carved them up. But I think it's a little,
He lost to the Chiefs though, so never mind.
Another bad defense though. Yeah, and he got beat by the Browns. Another bad defense. So it's not like they haven't played any good defenses.
They're gonna lose games, but
he's played bad teams. Seattle feels like they've played a lot of good teams.
Yeah, they thought their schedule was gonna be, at least their home schedule was gonna be as good as they thought it was gonna be this year compared to last year. Which they had a really good home schedule last year. They had Cowboys, the Packers, the Chiefs, and obviously divisional games. That's just a couple off the top of my head. But it turned out this year's schedule's pretty decent. Buccaneers gave a run for their money. The Ravens ended up being good. The Saints beat them. So they got the Vikings coming again.
They do.
So the 49ers coming to town too. So
and
it'll be exciting.
What are they at Philly in 2 weeks?
At Philly in 2 weeks, and then they're back to back. No, at the Carolina at Philly back to back weeks. Then they finish.
No. They're on a bye next week. They're at Philly. Then Minnesota comes to town. Then they're at LA, at Carolina, and then they.
That's right. And Cardinals. Yeah, I was like, I know they have 3 games in December at home, and then so they have they play 5 games in December.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that the Monday night game against Minnesota.
Oh, it sneaks right in December.
December 2nd. So we kind of catch in. Thanksgiving's super late this year, so only those teams playing on Thursday get that Thanksgiving game.
Gotcha.
So
the Eagles. That's enough about the Seahawks.
Yeah, it was interesting though. It was an interesting night. The Niners finally lost, so 72 Dolphins can pop the champagne.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if any team ever go undefeated.
Again, the Patriots, the 07 Patriots were the closest we'll see. Probably.
For sure. Just because these teams, any given day, if somebody can go beat you. We saw it this weekend.
The salary
the Saints and Falcons. Yeah, the Saints and
too much talent in the NFL. Teams are too good. So
teams have pride. They just have pride to go beat you.
Look at the Dolphins. The Dolphins are trying to lose, and they still won 2 games in a row.
Exactly. So, it's been crazy. So.
Sense.
What else we got? What else got on docket, Pete?
We got lots of stuff on the docket. How about the Sunday night game? So we had a great Monday night game. The Sunday night game, Kirk T. Cousins in prime time at the Cowboys got us a dub. Boy, am I happy. Nothing beats beating the Cowboys. I'll tell you that.
We'll give you let's give you 35 seconds to gloat about your Vikings, and we're going to move on.
Gloat? Let's gloat. We're going to gloat. Kirk looked great. Dalvin Cook is the best running back in football. Don't at me with that one. The defense was bad, but they made the big stop late. Dak Prescott is a guy. Pay Dak Prescott some mad cash. I feels like the Cowboys overpaid Zeke. I feel like he's a dead weight on that team right now.
Well, I heard from the grapevine that you wanted Zeke traded. I don't think we should go through this conversation on this podcast because I think it's silly. But I heard you wanted him traded.
I would trade him.
I think it's a little silly. I do agree that
he's overpaid.
It looks like he might be overpaid because it seems like Dak is the guy. I agree with you. Dak is really shown is pretty legit. I'd be happy if I was the Cowboys to have Dak, because you're gonna have him for a couple years.
Yeah, and he's limited. Dak's limited about what he can do, but he's a winner. He's a leader. That's the
it was. I guess there's some bit on the Sunday night thing with Mike Krzyzewski, Coach K. That Dak has a winner.
Yeah.
He just has a winner face, and it's kind of weird, but it's kind of true. Like he's just a winner. It's one of those intangibles that you can't measure or whatever. He just goes out and wins, or he like down the stretch they're gonna be.
You can see it in you see it in his eyes. Like he's kind of got it. The moment's not too big for him. He's just
for sure.
Russell Wilson, same look.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It was Russell Dill. Like he's gonna be in it at the end of the game, no matter how the game goes. And like, I think at the end of the day, you can be happy with that. I don't really know what to take away. Like this great game for the Vikings. I don't know what to take away from the Cowboys, other than like maybe let's get a better 4-5 call. Fourth down and 5. That's the kind. I don't know if I'm going like Amari Cooper. No offense, has been just giving the defensive backs of the Vikings trouble all night.
They were backed up in the goal line. So backed up in the goal line. Minnesota was so afraid of Dallas beating them over the top with Amari Cooper that they were killing him with the stop and go or the go comeback. And they were just carving him up. We wouldn't let him beat over the top. We're in the goal line situation. Field's condensed. We were bracketing Amari Cooper with the safety because we weren't afraid of him going over the top there. And so we took away the inside route from Cooper right there. So that's why they couldn't go to it. And I don't mind the run call on 2nd and 2 from Zeke. How many times have we seen Zeke pick up 2 yards? No problem.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So, I mean, I just
think.
Yeah, go ahead.
4 and 5. It's 4th down and 5 to go. I mean, Dak, QB draw. Hey, Dak, if it's not there, take off. I just don't know if I'm throwing the ball to Zeke. Like, I'm going to Jason Witten before I go to Zeke.
Oh, I'm not going to Jason Witten with Harry on him. No chance. That was a bad match.
I mean, I know you thought you had to match up versus Kendricks, but Kendricks is a pretty good linebacker.
Yeah, but we struggle covering running backs just naturally.
But Zeke isn't like the running back to beat you like.
Yeah, he's not out of a cut. He's not Kamara.
Yeah, like he's not Kamara out of a cut. Like you dump some off in the, like off the backfield. That's a nice like Zeke catch. Like he can catch the ball no problem. But like I don't think he's like running Chris hard routes like in like that way he likes beating people out. So I wasn't happy with the call. I thought it was
Jack threw a great ball too. You couldn't have really.
It was a good ball. Spot. It wasn't like it was a better spot. It was gonna hit Zeke right in the chest. So I don't have much to take away from this game. That someone had to win and it ended up being the Vikings. I don't think the Cowboys play horribly bad or anything like that. I think
they got a little exposed at the linebacking spot. Everyone talks about Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch, and they sacrifice tackling with their speed. So if they're flying to the ball and flying to the spot, they lose a little tackling. You saw Dalvin break 1,000 tackles, it felt like. And if they did kind of slow down a little bit and focus on the tackling, Dalvin was by them. So I think that was a little bit of an issue for Dallas maybe moving forward. But, DeMarcus Lawrence dominated. You got to give Dallas, you don't really take much away from the loss. You lost to a good team. You give Minnesota all the credit. Kirk kind of shook the monkey off his back. It felt like signature win, primetime game, played very good. So I'm just happy. There's Michael.
No, definitely. That's all I don't really like the Cowboys. You like the Vikings, so we talked enough about it.
We had it. All right, let's keep it going. But let's go with your boys. Let's go with Kansas City. What is going on with Pat Mahomes back? They lose to the Titans. They blow the game against the Titans.
Man, I don't know. Defense is bad. I thought I wouldn't say figured it out, but bonded.
With Matt Moore,
bonded
right?
Close. With not with I don't think Mahomes is a problem. I just thought the defense was stepping up and playing better. They played pretty good against the Vikings.
Yeah, Minnesota couldn't run the ball at all against Kansas City.
And they didn't play horribly against the Packers either. So I just don't know. I guess just let Tannehill just carve them up. I have no clue. Andy Reid kind of has a problem with Tennessee. He lost a playoff game a couple years ago to Tennessee too.
You ready for this one? Have you heard
it might be a juju.
He's 1-8 against Tennessee all time.
Yeah, it might be just kind of a juju factor for him. He's got bad luck. Cause Mahomes look good. I still think they need to run the ball a little bit
They're
more.
way too reliant on Mahomes.
He threw the ball 50 times. I don't think Matt Moore was on the ball 50 times when he played. I understand it's Mahomes and you go with your gunslinger. I'm all about that. But let's try to maybe control the clock a little bit more. Just because the defense isn't great. I just think Derrick Henry isn't the matchup that Kansas City Chiefs want to see. They don't have defense tackles for it. They don't have linebackers for it. They're just they're not built to try to stop Derrick Henry, and they're really not built to stop any type of run. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm just trying to get on to next week, Monday night in Mexico.
Against
We're
the
on
Char-
to the next one, as Swiss Beats would say.
yeah, or Bill
That's
Belichick.
all I got for them. Or Bill Belichick.
But
They need to get over. They need to get over this funk and just get with it.
yeah, they got the Chargers, who kind of let one slip away against the Raiders Thursday night, and the Raiders are a half a game back of the Chiefs now in the AFC West. Who would have ever guessed that? Chucky has got his squad rolling.
Yeah, he does. Real quick on the Chiefs note, did you see if the guy was offsides?
He was not.
He was not offside.
He was not offside.
He was not.
He timed
Suppose,
it. He said he timed it.
I had a couple conflicting things. My dad said kinda. I listened to a podcast. He said he was clearly offsides. I haven't really got a chance to see it. I watched it from my phone, which is the most heartbreaking thing ever. Because I couldn't hear the audio. I couldn't really. I was working, so which we can get into that later. But it's just I just wanted to know. I figured you would know if he was offsides or not.
I don't think he was offsides. I can see what people are saying. He timed the snap. He said he knew the snap cadence from the week before from the Minnesota game. They knew the snap cadence on the field goal because it was the same kind of kick. So they knew he knew when he was snapping that ball.
Well, that's upsetting because the Chiefs are usually really good at special teams.
Yeah, I know. Of course, they were perfect. They were perfect against us to beat us, and then they botched 2 field goals at the end of that game.
Yeah. So, on to the next one.
On to the next one. Yeah. So Oakland. Let's go back to Chucky and the Raiders because I like them right now. They're my darlings of the AFC because they play nasty smash mouth football. It's almost sad that they're moving to Vegas, right? They kind of feel like they're Oakland again.
No. I want to move to Vegas. Let's go watch them play in Vegas. Do the whole thing. Do the Vegas thing. You go watch the Raiders play when they play the Chiefs. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But I do know what you mean. Like, the Oakland, gritty vibe, that whole thing, because that's what they're playing like. But, I do like what I see from them. Honestly, I'm not too worried about them. The Chiefs always get up for the Raiders game.
I agree.
They do. That's like one game they always get up for. I think the Chargers are a little scarier to me, in opinion. The Chiefs, they get up, but the Chargers always seem to find their numbers. So, but I do like where they're headed. So the division will hopefully be good again in a couple of years.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Oakland doesn't feel like they're ready to compete for that division in the grand scheme of things, but I definitely think they can make this wild card run, which is exciting because nobody had it there, especially after the whole Antonio Brown debacle, which showed the team really galvanized around all that.
They have came a long way. Imagine that. We're talking week 1, maybe last week of preseason.
Yeah,
right for the season. They had the whole AB deal, and they're like, people are already writing them off like they're not going to be good, and now look where they are.
Yeah, exactly.
People are just killing them for hiring Gruden and Mayock and
trading Khalil Mack. They didn't want to pay
trading Khalil Mack, trading Cooper, which I think is kind of dumb.
The Cooper one is hurting, but they, think about the picks they picked up. They got Josh Jacobs for the Cooper pick.
Yeah, Colin Farrell probably should draft someone else, but oh well.
Yeah, he's not playing bad.
He's not playing bad, but we got to look back who they could have had.
Yeah, but they're making the right moves. I mean, they found Waller out of nowhere. Hunter Renfrow in the 4th round is kind of their go-to slot guy.
You knew that was going to happen though.
Yeah, you knew that was going to work.
Eventually, it just took time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, but so I like where they're going. All right, we're getting
kind of sucks though for them because they probably need a couple more top 15 picks, around that range,
just to round everything out. The offensive line is playing good again though. They kind of fixed that.
Just to go get a playmaker. So, but I guess they do have the AB money. They could go find a playmaker or whatever. But they'll figure it out. Mayock's a smart guy.
They're moving in the right. Mayock and Gruden is a marriage kind of made in heaven. It feels like, even though nobody thought it with the whole AB debacle going out. But let's go to college now. Josh Jacobs, alumni of the Crimson Tide, and LSU Bama game of the century. We had, what was that, in 2011? They called it the game of the century, and it was a 9-3 or 9-6 overtime thriller. This weekend felt like the game of the century. That might be the best college football game I've seen in a long time.
It was really good. Isn't it? Wait, the 11 game, that's the one where Les Mount ate the grass, right?
That was the one where he ate the grass.
Okay, cool. This game was really good. LSU got out early, and I thought, oh, man, is Bama about to get, beat down at home?
Mollywopped at home.
I was like, this is no way. But sure enough, it looked like it was gonna happen, but Tua came back, dragging his right ankle, throwing dimes. Those receivers are ridiculous. Honestly, the game could have go a way different if Judy catches a couple passes.
That's
Honestly,
true. He dropped that one ball right in the end zone, or like right at
yeah.
the goal line that he should have caught. It went right through his hands.
That's crazy. And then that Smitty, they call him Smitty. Smith, he was on Ball of the Week a couple of weeks back. He's a monster. Dude catches everything.
They got
and he was.
What do they have? Like 3 top 20 picks in that receiver core.
And that's not even including Josh Weddle, the dude who turns punts. Like he's like their 4th receiver they look at, and he's freaking good too.
A little thing I like about the grilled nuggets is they
got
taste
a
fresh,
bunch
juicy,
of guys
and
who are
delicious.
just really good. I mean, so does LSU. Take no credit from them, but those Alabama's receivers ridiculous.
Yeah, for real. And then on top of that, you got Tua at quarterback, who's going to be, the number 1 or number 2 quarterback taken. And then Najee Harris was really the stud in the second half. 19 carries.
Yeah, he came alive.
Yeah, he was averaging like 7 yards a carry, almost 8. They couldn't stop him. It was ridiculous. And it was really fun that second half. LSU got, it was kind of a low scoring third quarter, and then that fourth quarter was 21-13. Bama outscored LSU, but LSU, got the win 46-41 thanks to the boost. But you never thought what happened to the days of these defensive matchups between Bama and LSU,
For real. And it's not like they don't have studs on defense.
I know,
it
just got carved up. It was ridiculous.
The play calling and the studs on the other offense. It's like sometimes offense, be rather better offense than defense is really what the case was. It's just like, people are in the place, they're covering them up, and they're literally catching balls on top of people's heads. It's ridiculous. So it was awesome to watch. They couldn't stop LSU's running back. I can't figure his name.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, Edwards.
Yeah, that's it. I appreciate it. He's holding down for all the 5'8", 5'9" guys out there. He was really doing it all, catching out of the backfield, making people miss, scoring touchdowns.
It was awesome to watch. It was really
play.
Surprising watching that. Like him and Najee Harris were going back and forth. It was like, okay, big surprise. Bama's got another stud running back, and then like, okay, LSU's got a little back again. It was really, it was fun. Like that was football in its purest form. 34 points scored in the fourth quarter.
We got Edo. Man, I can listen to him talk all day. Honestly, he should. If he could read me a book every night, that'd be awesome.
You wouldn't understand half of it, but
it'd be great to try to figure it out, though.
I can't find. There's nobody more Louisiana than Edo, right? Like he's the perfect LSU head coach.
Oh, 100%. She's like. No, like I would not mess with Edo at all. Like he's just stocky, like just got the Louisiana's everything to him. It's just great.
Go down there.
Yeah,
it's great. It's perfect. It's so perfect.
It's perfect. It's great. So
they should never get rid of him ever. And clearly, he's a big time coach. We threw this up a couple weeks ago, I think, talking about his record against top 10 teams. This is another win on the road against number 3. And LSU hadn't beaten Bama since that 2011 game. Edo is a stud that kind of got mistreated. It feels like USC let him go. And
I was just about to say that. I was like, is USC probably kicking themselves in the butt right now, letting Edo go? It's like, really? Look what you dealt with, Clay Helton. Good luck.
Because USC was playing so bad and then Edo filled in as the interim, and he kind of turned them around, and they were winning football games for him.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. And then he went to LSU as the interim, right?
He was like, I thought he was the offensive.
He's a defensive guy.
The assistant head coach. He was the assistant head coach. Les, and then they fired Les.
And fired Les. He was interim, and they didn't know if they were gonna hire him.
Yeah.
They're like, oh crap, they're gonna do him like they did at USC again, but they end up hiring him. And
people were critical of that. People were critical of them hiring him as the full-time head coach.
I don't know why people don't like him as a head coach, man. The guy knows what he's talking about.
I don't know. It was weird, but
you could tell the kids love him. They legit love him. Yeah, like for real.
They want to go play for him. They want to go play.
Yeah, they run through brick walls for him for sure.
It's almost the opposite of Saban, right? Like you're afraid of Saban. You feel like Saban's gonna kill you if you don't.
I mean, they smoke cigars with Saban. They love him, but it's a different type of.
It's the exact opposite, right? Like you feel like I'm gonna run through this wall for Saban because I'm a little afraid if I don't, what he's gonna do to me, and Edo is like, I'm gonna run through this wall for Edo because Edo would run through the wall for me.
Yeah, he'd run through the wall with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Exactly.
So
But
the game was awesome. I'm excited to see what we get for the polls coming out. Um, does this knock Alabama out? They still
I
in
think
it?
so.
What do you think?
I think they're out just because it felt like LSU dominated most of that game. I mean, Joe Burrow's basically had his Heisman moment. It's basically a cakewalk for him for the Heisman, I think, at this point. Do we agree with that?
100%. But I'm
Yeah.
still gonna give you Jalen Hurts stats. So
I know we can get
we're
to
just
that.
gonna-
We can get to that in a minute. But Penn State losing to Minnesota, which you kind of called.
I told you I
You
wasn't
all
sold
not
on Penn State.
You
I
were
was
not
not
sold
sold
on
on.
them at all. So I think that helps Bama. It'll be really interesting to see what the polls come out Tuesday night look like. I think Bama's probably at 5. I think the AP only dropped them to 4. So I think
Yeah,
they're
the AP
probably 5 or 6. I don't know if you put them at. Do you put Georgia ahead of them?
I would. Who Georgia lost to
South
Bama?
Carolina. South Carolina.
South
at
Carolina?
home. And South Carolina lost to App State this
Ooh.
week. Yeah, exactly. But Bama
but
hasn't played anybody.
yes, but you know what you do the thing is to buy yourself out of this. If you think you're gonna not if you think you're gonna mess up, but if you do mess up like against this like weaker opponents, but you beat someone in your non-conference, like they did Notre Dame, that can buy you like a safe
Yeah, but
card,
that Notre Dame win.
get out of jail free card or whatever.
That Notre Dame win is hurting them a little. It's
I
not as
know
good
it's
as
hurt,
it was.
but it's better than whatever Bama has.
This is true. It'll be interesting because Bama still got to play at Auburn, and this brings in Oregon and the whole Pac-12 thing into play because Oregon's got a shot to win the Pac-12, and their only loss being Week 1 against Auburn in a game that they controlled for most of it. You know.
I thought Georgia and Bama played every year.
No, Georgia and Bama don't play every year.
But I'm thinking Bama, Tennessee, huh?
Yep, Bama, Tennessee, third
Okay.
Saturday in October.
That's right. Okay, so Georgia beats Auburn, who's ranked like 11th.
Mm-hmm.
That helps your case too. But
That
Bama
does.
gets to play them too.
But Georgia's going to get the final say because they're going to win the East and they're going to get a shot at LSU.
They're gonna shot at LSU. So I think for Georgia, they kind of control their own destiny in a sense, right?
Yeah, you went out.
It's Bama's got to figure out what.
Kind of on the outside looking in. I feel like
they gotta hope somebody. They gotta be rooting for A&M. Honestly,
Ooh.
like, hey, give me an upset.
How for real? How do you like A&M playing a schedule? You play the number 1 team in the country 3 different times.
No one has talked about this at all.
That's ridiculous.
Like this is the most. This has got to be the brutest schedule
only,
anybody's been through.
And the only loss for one of the teams is a team that's currently ranked is going to be number 1 when you play them. Bama's going to be only loss is going to be to number 1 LSU. Essentially, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and Clemson probably not gonna have a loss.
Nope. And
so
no one's talking about this. And A&M plays Georgia too. This is the hardest schedule ever conceived at Georgia and LSU to end the season. So I'm not too disappointed in what the Aggies do the rest of the way.
Honestly, right? Just kind of upset one of those teams, and the whole season will be made.
Play close, right? Exactly. Play close with one of them. I kind of don't want them to beat Georgia. Don't beat LSU. I kind of want LSU into the playoff. I want to see.
LSU's gonna beat them like a drum.
Yeah, we can't stop them. It'll be ugly. I'm definitely.
They do everything good that A&M does bad. So.
It's bad.
So it's gonna be tough. But yeah. So we got Ohio State is gonna run the Big Ten.
They are. The Big Ten's overrated. They'll get Minnesota in the Big Ten championship game, and they're gonna pray they're undefeated to help them make them look better.
I think Penn State losing opens the door up for Oregon.
It does. Oregon or Utah.
Oregon.
Utah's ranked ahead of Oregon. Utah's ranked ahead of Oregon, though.
I know, but the Utah lost to USC so bad.
Yeah, but they're gonna beat.
You know what I mean?
But if they beat Oregon, they're it.
The CFP ranked Utah ahead of Oregon.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh. So I think Oklahoma's kind of really out of it after the really poor game this weekend against Iowa State too.
Yeah, I mean they also. I know they treat it each year as like a new year, but every time they've been in the CFP, they haven't performed anyway. I'm just a big Jalen Hurts fan, so I could care less about Oklahoma. But beat Baylor this week though would help.
Yeah.
If they come,
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
so
Baylor vaunted when they had to go to triple overtime
I know,
with
but
TCU.
if they come out and just hand Baylor, like they just beat Baylor hand heavily, does it help at all?
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Okay,
It won't
that's
hurt
what I
you.
don't.
But I think
I
they're
don't care.
So here's how I'll say it. You have the SEC winner, you have the Big Ten winner, you have Clemson, and then I think you have maybe the Pac-12 winner, maybe Bama, maybe Georgia if Georgia beats LSU. You have Georgia and LSU in, and then Oklahoma's on, at the bottom end of that totem pole.
For sure. Okay, so I'll ask you this, and this will be done college football.
Yeah.
We got a one-loss Bama. Doesn't make the SEC championship. They win out the rest of the year. That's their resume.
Yeah.
We got Oregon, one-loss Oregon, only lost to Auburn, wins the Pac-12, beats Utah in the Pac-12 championship.
Yep.
Who gets into the last spot right now?
So does LSU beat Georgia?
Oh crap! I didn't think about that. Yeah, LSU beats Georgia.
Okay.
So they give Georgia's 2 losses.
All right. So Georgia. Okay. So LSU is number 1. Ohio State's number 2 because Ohio State will run the table. Clemson is number 3 because they ran the table. So you got 3 unbeatens, which would be very exciting to see if you had 3 undefeated teams in there. And you're looking at 4, and you have a 1-loss Bama. It'll depend how bad Bama beats Auburn, honestly.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they put Oregon in.
I feel like they've gotten a lot of backlash about leaving the Pac-12 out.
Yeah, but
which
the
they
Pac-12
rightly deservedly so. But I feel like they gotta be like, it's so hard for us.
It's not like Washington looked good when they were in. They got beat like a drum.
Not at all. But it's like, are we really gonna do this to a Pac-12, a conference champ winner,
undefeated conference champ winner whose only loss is to Auburn? But the problem is Auburn isn't a good SEC team this year. I mean, they're good. They're not great.
That's true. But isn't like they just like lost to Auburn by like 20. It was like
they controlled most of that. They
controlled most of the game.
They threw that game away, honestly.
Yeah, so we think Oregon gets in then.
It'll be close. I'd have to watch it and see what the eye test says to me.
Okay.
But I definitely think they're in. I would put them a little ahead of Bama because I think LSU kind of dominated Bama.
Okay, so we can say Oregon kind of controls their own destiny too.
I would say
in a way
they need a little help. They need Auburn to play Bama close. If Bama beats Auburn like a drum, then we might have a little,
all right.
Little
stay tuned.
We'll stay tuned. It's very interesting, and it's great because everybody plays each other. So
yeah,
it all gonna work.
It's awesome.
Out. All right, let's go with our picks for this week. We did good last week. We both went 3-2.
I know we didn't do it last week because my boy was on bye, but we got to get to the Jalen Hurts stats.
All right. Give it
my
to
man.
me.
Here we go. The Jalen Hurts stats this week. I know you're going to crash this because he almost lost against Iowa State, but I'm going to give them to you anyway. My man was 18 of 26 with 273 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw that critical INT. He had 22 carries for 68 yards with 2 touchdowns. Total him out to 5 touchdowns total. I mean, he's still balling. They got the dub. That's all that matters. On to the next. Let's do our picks.
Oklahoma won by 1 point. Jalen Hurts had 0 touchdowns in the second half. All right, so we went 3-2 last week. We did good. I had LSU. I got the LSU win. You got the Gophers and the Vikings win. I had the Raiders, and we both split on the Seahawks. So let's go to this week. So we talked about our picks beforehand. We're all on the same picks this week. So I think we're just going to go over them. If you want to add anything, we can add. So we'll go a little college hoops. We got Oregon and Memphis in the Phil Knight tip-off tournament. A little bit. We both like Oregon, given 3 points. They're at home, basically, right? You said it's
basically at home. The game's played in Portland, and they're out in Eugene. It's like a couple hours away, so basically a home game.
Yeah, and then we don't.
It's gonna feel like a home game,
and we don't even know with whatchamacallit.
If old boy's gonna play.
Yeah, if he's even gonna play for Memphis with the little injunction going on. But all right, so little college hoops we're touching on 14 versus 13. So it's worth the watch. And then
when is this game at? When is this game? Pete?
I think this game is Tuesday. I believe it's tomorrow.
So tomorrow?
Or tonight if you're listening to the podcast, or
yeah,
when it comes out, we're recording.
So this game's on the 12th. We should say that.
I'll double check. Yeah, I should have wrote
on
that
the 12th.
down. Yeah,
that's all right.
It's on Tuesday or Wednesday coming up.
Okay.
I was, I do my little digging. I think it is Tuesday. It is on. Yeah, it is Tuesday night, the 12th.
Okay.
All right. College football, Georgia at Auburn. We both like the dogs, -3 at Auburn, even though Auburn's coming off a bye. Georgia hasn't steered us wrong this year, have they?
No, they have not steered me wrong. I got Georgia -3. I'm taking it all the way. The dogs have held it down.
All right, next game, Oklahoma at undefeated Baylor. Big 12 championship game in contest. This is going to be the contested game. We might see a rematch of this. Oklahoma's given 10 points. Let me guess who we're picking, Terrell. Tell me.
We're going Oklahoma. If I want Jalen Hurts to do anything close to winning the Heisman, she's got to blow out Baylor and make it seem like Baylor was never good at any point in time.
That kind of hurts the Big 12, though, too.
It hurts the Big 12, but I'm a Jalen Hurts fan, so whatever it does for him, I'm all about.
Whatever we need to get done. All right, now to the NFL Sunday. We got the Texans at the Ravens coming off a bye. The Ravens are 4.5-point favorites, but we like the dogs this week. We like the Texans. Maybe
I do like the Texans.
You like them to win the game straight?
Oh no! It's in Houston?
No, the game's in Baltimore.
Ooh, I don't know.
So
that I feel like Lamar. They are coming off a bye though, so it might be a little easier to prepare for Lamar. I feel like preparing for Lamar just off a week. They got 2 weeks. I want the points. Yeah. I love Deshaun Watson. That they don't protect him, and that Baltimore defense is really been playing really well. They've been playing well. So yeah, I want the points. I don't know if I take him straight up.
Maybe a Justin Tucker field goal to win this game at the end.
Yeah, well, if a Justin Tucker field goal to win the game and they only beats him by 2 or 3, I'm totally happy.
Yep, exactly. All right, and then the last game, the Sunday night game, we got the Patriots at the Eagles. Kind of a big game now. The Patriots coming off a bye. Eagles also coming off a bye, but they've lost. They lost to Baltimore, and then Philly is all of a sudden right back in the mix in the NFC East. So do we like the Eagles, or does we get back on track?
Unfortunately, as much as I love Carson Wentz, I do not like the Eagles here. I got Patriots all the way. I think Belichick off a bye, and they're just going to come out.
Yeah, Belichick's got something. I'm sure he's got some stupid record coming off a bye.
I mean, should I play Jordan Howard?
Probably not.
Okay.
Avoid that.
Well, I mean, okay.
It depends on your situation, yeah.
I have played Jordan Howard, Carlos Hyde. Like, they're both not playing good defenses. I guess I could play Damian Williams. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
That's fine. Maybe. That's gonna be a tough fantasy figure out right there for me. But yeah, I got the Pats. They're gonna do the Patriots too. I know they lost against the Ravens, but they'll bounce back.
All right, I agree with you. So we're pretty much all settled up on our picks together. All right, who balled out for you this week, T?
Who balled out for me this week? I am going to give it to Russ Bus. He held it down. I'm going to just give it to the Seattle Seahawks as a whole. The whole team held it down, except Pete Carroll. Some coach, I was some skeptical coaching doing by him, but the whole Seattle football team, they really did it. Everyone pulled their part. Clowney out there scoring touchdowns, having sacks. Russ, pulling the rabbit out of his hat. I guess I can give a little love to Pete Carroll and put a little, spirit juice on the kicker to pull that kick at the end so they can win the game. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Seattle Seahawks. But I'd like to add something to your doghouse, and that is Andy Reid.
That's Terrell. I kid you not. We did not talk about it. Andy Reid was my dog of the week. He was in my doghouse. I like him. I like how we're on the same page. Yeah, 1-8. Yeah. Like I said earlier, 1-8 against Tennessee. Tennessee had a 0.6% chance to win this game, according to ESPN's FPI. That's the lowest percentage of any team to win a game in the last 5 years. I think they said that. I don't know what his thing was with Tennessee. Like you said last week, very un-Andy Reid-like, coaching well against the Vikings at the end of the game. The old knock on Andy Reid. Can't coach well late, and it
just fooled us. Honestly, that's what he did. He just fooled us.
Well, he just wanted to take it out on me because that's my life. But
yeah, I guess so.
I don't know what it is.
I'm okay that I can swallow a Vikings loss, but I can't swallow a Tennessee Titans loss.
To Ryan Tannehill.
At
least the only thing that was positive, it was in Nashville. It was not at home.
At home, that's true. I could say Mahomes is getting his feet wet again, right?
Yeah, but he played.
I don't
great.
know. He looked.
It's an
good.
Andy
He
Reid
looked
thing.
good.
It's an Andy Reid.
It's definitely an Andy Reid thing. We gotta figure something out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm willing to fire to DC again if I don't do it until we figure out the defense situation.
Maybe we should just start throwing. Maybe they do what Atlanta did. We didn't even talk about Atlanta upsetting the Saints, but the offensive coaches were calling defense. The defensive coaches were calling the offense just to try and change things up.
Yeah, maybe that's what we think of something.
Just anything to get some new blood in there. But I think that's gonna do it for us this week. If you enjoy our show,